Ceratosaurus, one of the most feared hunters of the late Jurassic. Especially in groups, they could even take down prey twice as big as them. This little fella here is Zorek, a young Ceratosaurus hatchling we recently spotted on Gondwa. He either was abandoned or chased out by his parents or clutchmates, and now he tries to survive on his own. Follow me on Zorek's journey and see if this youngling can survive until adulthood. Water is important for survival, as dehydration can be a hindrance in hunts or even cause death in the worst cases. Zorek has never seen water before, this being his very first encounter with it. He shows quite the curiosity, don't you think? But one false step and the beauty of water could become a death trap. And not just the water from below can be dangerous. Even the constant downpouring rain can become dangerous for a small hatchling like Zorek. It was time to find cover. Once the rain stopped, Zorek continued on his journey, occasionally stopping to feed his curiosity, as everything was still new to the youngling. The safety of the forest can be very important for a young dinosaur like Zorek, but sometimes the curiosity wins, as the Ceratosaurus stumbles around the large meadows of Grand Plains, taking in the smells and sights he's never seen before. Nonetheless, he still has to be careful to not become the snack of a larger predator. Besides water, a rich full diet is just as important to survive the harsh environment of Gondwa. The smell of food drew the young Ceratosaurus to a nearby den. He curiously inspects it as the smell intensifies. Maybe he can finally get rid of the gut-wrenching feeling that has been plaguing him for quite some time. Not every hunt is successful, and even if this was more of a game for Zorek, he can finally fill his belly with ritual food. It's been a few weeks since we have spotted Zorek around Gondwa, before we spotted him in some bushes taking a rest. His journey has taken him quite far already, reaching the everlasting lands of the savannah and rocky hills of desolated paths. So far, he was lucky not to stumble upon other carnivores, but fate likes to test its residents day by day. Tyrannosaurus rex, a hunter you don't want to stumble upon. Thankfully, Zorek escaped with a scare, as the large carnivore didn't seem hungry enough to chase after the young Ceratosaurus. This will be a lesson for the youngling that other creatures around Gondwa can easily become a threat. The sound of other creatures drew Zorek in their direction. He mostly hid in the thicket of the forests and occasionally crept out for food or water. The sight of creatures like Tyrannosaurus or Allosaurus and their terrifying screams were enough to scare the adolescent away. But hearing the melody of close-by herbivores sparked his curiosity anew. A Margosaurus and Bosbolia, two large herbivores that strive through the large fields of the island. This was the first time Zorek has seen such creatures, but due to previous encounters with other dinosaurs, he kept a safe distance and watched these massive land dwellers from afar. Sometimes hunters become the hunted. In this case, Zorek will learn that sometimes it's best to run away and live another day than to become the next meal for another carnivore. Hunters can become the hunted. Thankfully, due to Zorek's quick thinking and jumping abilities, he was able to escape his pursuer. This shows us that surviving on your own and being a solo hunter is dangerous, as threats can be around every corner. Maybe it was time to find others of his kind to become the fearful hunter he's supposed to be. Ceratosaurus, one of the most feared hunters of the late Jurassic. We followed Zorek on his journey from hatchling to adulthood, his ups and downs, his close calls, and his calm times. Only time will tell if we see more of him, if he finds others of his kind and even a mate, or if he will fall victim to another hunter. For now, this will be the end of this journey and the beginning of a new one.